This is the TTC Network, the NFL content platform for real news and ruthless trash talk. Raw debates, bold opinions, and no holding back. If you live for football, this is where you belong. The TTC Network, only the bold survive.
All right, let's talk about Week 4. On paper, it's the Cowboys hosting the Packers. Sounds pretty standard for an early season game, right? Well, it's not. This one is shaping up to be a perfect storm of drama, adversity, and just high-stakes football. So yeah, let's break down this perfect storm brewing in Dallas.
The whole narrative for this game really hinges on two massive colliding forces. See, on one side, you've got the explosive return of a superstar defender going up against his old team. And on the other, you have that very same team battling a absolutely devastating injury crisis at the worst possible time.
You can just feel the tension pulling in two totally different directions. I mean, on one hand, there's the sheer excitement of Micah Parsons, now a Packer, returning to AT&T Stadium for the first time as a visitor. But then you have the harsh reality for the Cowboys, a team so hobbled, they're pretty much just trying to survive. So let's break down how we even got here.
First things first, we have to unpack the blockbuster trade that sent shockwaves through the league and really set the stage for this entire confrontation.
It's a totally fair question, because it feels surreal, doesn't it? I mean, players of this caliber, they rarely get traded, let alone to a conference rival with an immediate reunion on the schedule. The answer lies in a massive deal that all went down on August 28th. So, the Packers got their man, a defensive cornerstone in Micah Parsons, a true win-now piece. But look at what the Cowboys got in return. It was a massive haul. They landed Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark to anchor their line. And, more importantly, 2 future first-round picks. It was a deal built for the future of Dallas, but it created a very, very dangerous present.
And that brings us to the second, and you could argue more critical part of this story. Because as if facing their former superstar wasn't enough, the Cowboys are walking into this game completely battered and bruised.
And look, this isn't just a few players banged up. This is a strategic nightmare. The protection for the quarterback is in tatters, with both the starting center and a guard likely out. On offense, their top weapon, CeeDee Lamb, is doubtful. And the cruel irony, Kenny Clark, the centerpiece of the Parsons trade, is questionable. Along with key players in the secondary, the damage is literally everywhere.
It all boils down to this one critical number, 2. That's how many starting offensive linemen the Cowboys expect to be missing. Forget every other injury for a second. This is the one vulnerability, this single crack in the armor you absolutely cannot afford when Micah Parsons is on the other side of the ball.
So we've got the trade, and we've got the injuries. Now let's see how these two forces collide in the one matchup that is going to decide this entire game.
It's the million-dollar question, but the answer is pretty straightforward, isn't it? The game is going to be won or lost right there in the trenches, specifically in the battle between the Packers' pass rush and the Cowboys' makeshift protection.
This whole situation sets up a fascinating chess match. For Green Bay, the plan is brutally simple. Unleash Micah Parsons and just let him feast on his former team's biggest weakness. That leaves Dallas with a monumental challenge. How do you protect your franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott, behind a reshuffled, depleted offensive line? Their entire game depends on finding an answer.
So, beyond the stats and the standings, what does this game really mean? Why is an early season matchup generating so much buzz?
It's why this matchup has, as one reporter put it, the makings of one of the most compelling games of the early season. See, it's not just about one win or one loss. It's the combination of the trade, the reunion, and the adversity that makes this just pure, uncut sports drama. And that leaves us with the final question. When the dust settles, what's the story of this game going to be? Will it be about Micah Parsons getting the ultimate revenge, proving his old team made a massive mistake? Or will it be the story of a battered, underestimated Cowboy squad pulling off an incredible triumph against all odds? I guess we'll all have to watch to find out.